Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is the 24th, I believe. Where's my watch? Jeez Louise. Of July. And I am filming this update right now because I've got some updates to share. So the first kind of major update is that I am going to be kind of taking this channel in a slightly different direction. For the next couple of months, I'm going to be attempting vlogging style. It can get overwhelming for me to sit down and film a big update and then need to just edit it, because I know that a lot of times I'll film and then I won't have time to edit for days and days and days, and then the amount that I need to share with you guys increases and increases, and it is just kind of building on itself until it's really overwhelming for me. And so I am going to see if I can do a kind of vlogging style with crafts, not necessarily with all of my life stuff, but kind of like half stitch cross stitch Dina does, where she just like kind of films some updates. So because of that, I am going to be kind of splitting my content in half, with yarn related crafts on one hand and then cross stitch related crafts on another hand. Part of the reason for this is because a lot of my yarn related crafting right now is geared towards my Etsy shop, and I'm going to try to remember to actually post links in the description now for my Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. Speaking of Etsy, like if you want to head on over there and have a look, I have everything 25% off right now, and that will go for another week and a half. I may extend it another week, and I will get into why in just a moment. But right now, what I have on there is scrunchies, washcloths, face scrubbies, those, a couple of octopuses, those kind of things. And I'm hoping, the weather is supposed to be cooling down. We are supposed to finally get out of the hundreds in another couple of days. And I am hoping that at that point, I will be able to do a little bit of sewing and be able to finish up some project bags and get those listed. I have several project bags that are in progress, and I just need to finish them, honestly. They are taking up storage space, and as you guys can probably tell, I am at the max capacity. I'm also hoping that with the weather cooling down, that I can finally deflate the air mattress, because I won't be needing to sleep in here. Let's see. Well, my husband last night was just, it was so unbearable, and my husband, for the first time, took me up on my offer to let him sleep on the air mattress, because he needed to get sleep for work, and it was just way too hot. So he slept here, so I was up all night, and then I started watching the Olympics, and not a great day for America in the Olympics, unfortunately. Like, yes, I know the starting ceremony has not started yet. That was a start a lot. Anyways, but there are some team related sports that need longer for the whole competition, in order to finish during the time frame of the Olympics. So some of those, like for today, we had soccer, and we had rugby sevens. I watched several rugby sevens matches. I have no clue what they're doing. Like, what are you guys doing? Is this even a real thing? Like, and my dad used to play rugby, and so we chatted back and forth during a couple of the matches, and even he was baffled by what was going on. Like, my dad was essentially kind of like all-state in the position he played when he was in high school. And keep in mind, my dad is from South Africa, which is a rugby heavy nation. So, he was pretty good. He even played for a kind of local fun, team when we moved to America, when I was a kid. So, it's not that my dad doesn't know the rules of rugby, but this rugby 7, he just doesn't like it. He thought that it was 10-minute halves, but it turns out they're 7-minute halves. So 14 minutes of playing time. I did not understand why some things were penalties, and they referred to, like, I mean, in soccer we call it the VAR. I think it's called something else in rugby, quite a bit. And apparently rugby is really big in France, which I did not know at all. Honestly, I'd never associated rugby with France. But their 70,000 capacity stadium was sold out and filled. And that was really actually quite incredible. And it's really like, it gives me hope that things like the Olympics are going to continue, because for a while, like, people were saying that not many people watch it, and like, you know, the viewership is really going down. But I feel like lately there's been a revitalization of it. I think that athletes like Simone Biles, Katie Ledecky, Michael Phelps, Lindsay, forgot her last name for a moment, but you know, those big, Lindsay Sterling? No, that's the violinist. Lindsay something. Anyways, those big name athletes that really got people watching sports that you only kind of watch during the Olympics. Like, for me, curling. I love curling, but I can never find it between Olympics. So, you know, it gives us an opportunity to do that. It brings up the patriotism you feel for your country, whether you're American or... I was really pulling for South Africa during some of those rugby matches today, and it did not go well for South Africa, to be honest, so unfortunately. But it gives you those opportunities to, you know, people who've worked hard for something their whole life, and you get to cheer them on in their dream. And I love that about the Olympics. So, yeah, not me getting over emotional about sports again. Anyways, so I was talking about this, I don't know, vlogging style. I don't know. So, okay, so back to vlogging style. I am looking at doing some kind of challenges and accumulating those into vlogs. And I'm hoping to get enough content to be able to post twice a week, once for cross stitch and once for yarn related stuff. And I'm also hoping that this will encourage me to keep on working on cross stitch, because I'll go into phases where I will do nothing but yarn crafts. And I know that a lot of my viewers started following me because of cross stitch, not because of yarn related activities. And so, yeah, I've tried in the past with doing full on updates, but I'm really just hoping that the vlogging style will just make it all go smoother. So yeah, that's the hope. I'm gonna give it a couple of months trial, and then we're gonna be in Vlogtober, and Vlogtober is just gonna be my regular daily vlogging thingy. And then it's November, so maybe we'll give it another try in November, and then it's Vlogmas. So we're just going for it. And yeah, I'm excited. This is a spur of the moment decision. Like, zero pre-thought went into this, guys. I woke up today and I was like, you know what? We're gonna try this. I'm also been kind of probably influenced by Passionate Kelsey. She mainly does crochet, and I've just been binge watching her channel over the last like few weeks, and that's part of what got me to reopen my Etsy shop. I've had 2 sales, which I'm so excited about. Would love more sales. I promise I'm not gonna advertise for myself like all the time, but I'm also really bad at advertising for myself. But yeah, so one of the first challenges, just because I'm gonna finish talking about some of these plans, is this was a brand new cone. I took the cone wrap off, and I am going to see how many different things I can make from this one cone before we run out. So I am starting with, and I've already started the vlog for this. I've started a French market bag. I have reached the halfway point on the length of, guys, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Let me put the cone back where I had it. Okay, so I've reached the halfway point of the meshing. So how this pattern works, and it's a YouTube tutorial, is you start with making one side of the top part, and then you do the whole meshing, and then you do this part on the other side. And so what you do is it essentially, it gathers it back up, and then the 2 sides come together. I will show you the finished product when we get there, but then you do handles and you do a border along the sides. Anyways, it's in theory pretty simple, but it just takes some time because of the meshing. And so I'm hoping to get a large bag, a small bag, a washcloth, face scrubbies, and we'll see how much is left after that. My mom thinks I should start making bucket hats. I'm not a fan of the look of bucket hats, but when I was at the state fair, there were bucket hats everywhere. But I am planning or hoping to also do some cross stitch related challenges. I'm not just talking about the groups that I do. So for example, here we have 3 Christmas advent calendars that I have never finished. 2 of them were from last year, these 2. One of them I've only did that tiny little bit in there. This one in here, which I'm not gonna pull out, but I just need to finish the back stitching. So I'm going to do a cross stitch related challenge, not right now, maybe in a month or so, where I try to finish up those. So that's kind of some of my ideas. Maybe I might do how many whip go boxes can we finish in a week, or just different things like that. So if you have challenge ideas, please feel free to put them down below. But yeah, I just want to make the channel fun, and not just, obviously giving updates, but not just here's my whip and here's my whip and here's my whip, and be able to be for a week I only worked on projects by designers that started with a T. I don't know off the top of my head who, but just various things like that. I think just it could be fun. Or Kelsey does vlogs where she will spend 12 hours making things just in a certain color. So could do that. Who knows? It's just a thought I've been kind of toying with for the last a couple hours. So anyways, first we're gonna start with sharing some stash I'm actually going to start with the one that I don't have here with me. Actually, there's several stashes like that. You see those 3 boxes over there? My husband went to an estate sale on the weekend, and he found a bunch of cross stitch fabric and also these low ren that has DMC in it, like quite a bit. So I'm going to put those into my master stash, but it was a really good deal. And so I was really excited about that. The fabric is just like kind of fabric, like neutrals, a lot of Aida, but I mean, it was a good deal. So yeah, I'm not gonna say no to that. When he told me what he was looking at, and he was like, how much should I get? And I was like, get as much as you can. Like, what kind of a question is that? I will offload what I'm not interested in. So, and then the other yarn stash that I don't have near me is I just went kind of crazy with velvet yarn for scrunchies. And like, guys, I have multiple cubbies filled with them. It's just, it took over. And part of it is I'm really enjoying making scrunchies. So I hope that they sell in my shop, but if not, I hope that the kids want them as bingo prizes at school. Like, in part, that's part of why I reopened my Etsy, is because sales will help me offset the cost of the things that I purchased for the kids for my bingo rewards. Because it's gotten a little bit ridiculous. They're like Slimeaholics. I'm also spending like probably about $50 to $80 a month on like Jolly Ranchers. We'll go through a big bag a week before the week is out. So I love that they're reading, if they're actually reading. I have my suspicions on that. But I'm also hoping to get them to want other things besides candy. So I had, my friend Renee bought it, but I had a little amigurumi octopus. So one day before school starts again, I'm hoping to do a how many octopuses can I make in a day? Although actually, bingo doesn't even start till September, so I could have that later on, but I won't be able to do a full day because work. But so, this time, instead of, I just had a big basket where they could choose whatever they want, and everything was the same equivalent. And so this time I am going to be pricing the items, so it's going to be more like a mini shop. And so they will get 1 raffle ticket for every bingo box that they do. I'm also going to give them the option of earning an additional ticket if they do a little like paragraph on what their favorite part of the book was, or they draw me a picture from their favorite part of the book. So they have the opportunity to earn 2 tickets per book. Yeah. And so I'm gonna make things like candy a little bit more expensive, things like stickers, pencils I will put as 1 ticket, and then things like scrunchies I'll probably put a little bit more. The octopuses I'm thinking the octopuses I'll probably put like 3 or 4 tickets. Scrunchies probably like 5. Just to, one thing, teach them responsibility. They have to keep track of their own tickets. And 2, to just make it not as easy to cheat as they did last year. I really need to figure a way to clamp down on that, because there was a lot of cheating last year. So we will see. Anyways, so let's continue with the stash. So got that velvet. Okay, so I got my newest set of mini charm packs. I really need to consider unsubscribing from this one again because I have not done anything with them in ages. Although before I got hospitalized, I was looking at making myself project bags. I think I could do one project bag from a mini charm pack. So I had like laid out all of one design on my ironing board, and then almost immediately, I don't know if it was the same day possibly or the next day, I had to go to the hospital for 2 weeks. So that, by the time I came back, I was just too exhausted for anything related to that. So also with the Fat Quarter shop is this Witchelt fabric of the month. So this month was Icelandic blue. It's showing up gray on the screen, but it is really like a cool blue. Like, the name is really actually quite good for this color. I need to see what future colors are coming because I'm also considering pausing that for a little while. My fabric of the month from Fiberlicious came in, and guys, again, if you're looking for a fabric of the month club, look her up and see if she's got openings right now. Her fabrics are always 10 out of 10 for me. So this is a really, it's a little bit darker than is showing in screen, but it is just really beautiful. It's called Ocean Mist, which is a good name for it, I believe. And the final piece of stash to share with you is I got the next one in the Fabulous House series, the House Barn. I do really like that, and I love those sunflowers over the barn. I was supposed to get the most recent one in the Little House Needleworks log cabin, but she forgot to put it into the package. I emailed her back about that. She immediately emailed back and said she'd have it in the mail. So, not too worried about that. Mistakes like that can happen. Compared to when I used her like years and years ago, like a decade ago, her service has gotten a lot better. So next I will share my WIP updates. So first, actually, we have a new start, and this is my birthday week new start. I call it a birthday week because I didn't start it for a few days after my birthday because I was just so busy. On my birthday, we went to the state fair. It was a lot of fun. The day after my birthday, my sisters wanted to play some online computer games as like a birthday gaming sesh, and so we did that for the whole day. And so the next day I started this, and this is 324 by Works by ABC, Arlene Cohen, I believe. And so every single motif is a different color of DMC. Holding it back, you can see this grid, and in it is the number of a DMC, and that tells you what the motif that you're currently stitching on, what color it should be. So my plan right now is to finish what will fit in the hoop and then move on from this project for a little bit, and I'll talk about why in a minute, but I don't think that that should take too long. I'm actually hoping either today or tomorrow. The other cross stitch I have to share is my cross stitch by the letter? No. ABC's a cross stitch by Jardin Prive. And here is where I am at on it. So I want to again finish what is in the confines of the hoop. So I've got some flowers here, the word cotton, the word button, and that should put me done with what's in this area. And I feel like that can be done relatively quickly. So again, today or tomorrow is my hope. And the reason why is because on Friday is the opening ceremony for the Olympics. Hang on. Let me move this. And I did pull out my Around the World in 80 Stitches project. And the reason I couldn't find it last time is because I'd forgotten I had put it in this box. And I love what it says. Wander often, wander always, with the map. So like my reason for putting in this box was logical. However, I had forgotten that. But so I didn't work on this during the Euros because it is quite hard for me to watch soccer and cross stitch at the same time. It's just easier for me to do like a knitting or something like that where I can look up easily or more easily. Anyways, so with the Olympics getting full underway, I really want to work on this again. So even though I've started watching Olympic events, like we talked about the soccer and the rugby 7, I want to have this on probably a hoop, either a hoop or, and have this be my focus for while watching the Olympics. And here is where I am at. So my plan is, hang on, let me fold it once more. There we go. My plan is every time I finish a motif, I will update the vlog with what I did. And then also, I will share what countries we are visiting in the next section. If I find it's too difficult to do all the specialty stitches, I might just work on outlines. But anyways, here's where it's at. I do really love this project. I've restarted it multiple times. Let's see. I do have my OG original start in here, I believe. Or did I finally trash it? No, I didn't. It is here. The fabric ended up not being big enough. I had been adding beads as I went and they just started to get disformed. The fabric got miscolored. And so this is as far as I had gotten on it. And this was back before I realized you shouldn't put masking tape on the fabric too. So, I mean, I started this a long time ago, over a decade ago. So this was the first time I had to pick my own colors for a project, and I hated that. I'm still not 100% convinced, but I think I did an okay job. I probably would have changed up some of my greens, but it is too late for that. We are not going back and doing that all over again. But anyways, so by Friday, I want this to be my cross stitch focus. So I need to have those other two finished to the point I want them to be at. And yeah, I mean, I'll still probably work on crochet stuff and possibly knitting, just because it's easily, for some events, it's just easier to focus like that. I can look down a lot less often. A lot more often? A lot less often. But I mean, things like the triathlon, which I love to watch the triathlon or the marathon. That's a good one for this kind of cross stitch, because you cannot look at the screen for long periods of time and you'll be fine. So, but, or like, yeah, just those kind of things. But things like gymnastics, you tend to need to look at the screen more often. So that's when I might do more crochet. Anyways, so that brings us to the crochet update. I don't have a knitting update this time. And I have been working on expanding the colors I offer I haven't updated any of these colors yet on the Etsy shop, but what I generally do is I'll use a full ball of Juicy Couture's, and that will make 4 scrunchies. So I have, for most of these, I have an additional ball, but yeah. So I'm only going to show one of each color, just because you don't need to see 4. Tint of Mint, and I don't know if it will show. This one's a sparkle one. So all of these I need to take pictures and edit the pictures. So that's Tint of Mint. I also use Bernat Velvet to make scrunchies. With Juicy Couture, it retails for $10 for a ball and you get 4. So I'm spending what, $2.50 on just yarn for this, and I charge $5 because that's the best hope to get a sale, which means that right now they're $4. So I've got about a $1 profit margin, but you know, it's fine. It's fine, fine, fine. So this one is Royal Blue, right? Regal Blue. Regal Blue. And it is a nice dark color of blue. Now I thought this one was gonna do me in because it got so tangled, like so tangled. I spent hours untangling and it was miserable. I really honestly thought this one was just gonna do me in. But it is such a nice vibrant blue. It's darker than is showing up on the camera. Maybe this is a little bit more true. Anyways, it's called Crush Blue. Blue Crush. And yeah. And so, you know, you just fit them on your wrist. I can even put my hair up, and we know my hair's been, since I got sick, my hair's been thinning, but yeah, I just put it up, couple twists. I only have to do 2 twists as thin as my hair is. I don't think that it's probably a good look on me right now because I have so little hair. I mean, you guys can be the judge of that. I don't know. I've not seen myself actually wear one. But yeah, I am hoping eventually my hair will be long enough to wear these kind of things again. A teacher from school ordered 3 different colors, so that was really cool. And then I offer these in different quantities, so different prices for different quantities. So if you buy 1, it's $5. If you buy 2, it's $9, so that's $4.50 a scrunchie. And if you buy 3, it's $12, which brings it down to $4 a scrunchie. So that is what I'm doing with that. And the final scrunchie I have that I've worked on is called Plonk. It's kind of like a brownish reddish color. It's hard to describe, but it's really pretty. I really actually quite like this. So yeah, I have 4 of these as well. Then I made a couple face scrubs that I'm just going to add to my mystery face scrubs sets that I offer. And what that is, they're all perfectly fine face scrubbies. It's just I used end bits, so like there's only 2 of this color, so I just put them in a mystery set, and then you don't have a say in what you're gonna get. But like with the cone, this big cone, I'm hoping to make 7 face scrubs and then be able to list them so that you could buy 1, you could buy 3, you could buy 5, or you could buy 7. And that just makes it so that if you have a certain color you like and you only want that color, you're able to achieve that. Mysteries are a little bit cheaper, but you have no say on what colors. There's still the quantity you could set for the quantity. The final one I have, and this has got to be my favorite color of cotton. Unfortunately, it doesn't come on a cone because I would have bought that cone. And this is called Royal Jewels, Crown Jewels. And this is what it looks like, and I just think it's so beautiful. It's a like really soft aqua. It's not white. This is a soft aqua in there, and then you've got like teal and purple. So I have 2 washcloths with that, but I was only able to get 1 face scrub. So yeah, I have that. Well, it will be listed on the shop. It's not yet. I also have with this one from like a couple days before my birthday, my husband just kind of let me buy stuff at Joann's. It was the day before my birthday. And so we had taken dogs to get shots, and unfortunately they got sick in the car, and it was like 15 minutes from Joann's closing, and I got a lot of yarn in those 15 minutes. But I got 5 more of the Royal Jewels. So each one of these skeins is I believe it's 85 grams. Yeah, 3 ounces, 85 grams, 143 yards. So with 143 yards, I was able to make 2 washcloths and 1 face scrub. So I am hoping with these 5, which 5 of these is the equivalent to 1 cone. So I'm hoping to be able to make a market bag or 2 and maybe some more face scrubs. So we have that. And then I also got one of a few different colors that I thought were really pretty. I've used this one before and it is so gorgeous. So, I think that's everything I've worked on. So hopefully tomorrow I can take some pictures and be able to get those posted. I'd like to get them posted by Friday. I'd like to get this video edited and uploaded. I mean, honestly, I should probably actually do that now, because with the Olympics being in Europe, the matches and everything start around midnight, my time, and then they go through about 2 p.m. our time is when the soccer match ended. So I feel like my sleep is going to be really disjointed for a while as I try to watch as much of the Olympics live as possible. Speaking of Olympics, I forgot to say this. Today we found out that in 2034, which I know it's a decade away, but in 2034, Salt Lake City is hosting the Winter Olympics again. And I am so excited for that. For one thing, Utah, well, it's not close. It's not so far away. I am actually now wondering how far away it is. But I have friends, I think they drive it in 8 hours. So it's not like so far away. And I'm hoping maybe to be able to get to see some games. I don't know. It's hard to get tickets for things, but I would love to be able to see an Olympic event. Plus, we have the one happening in Los Angeles in 2028. That's 4 years from now. So actually, I'm going to need to put that as a birthday list request. I mean, I don't care if it's just like watching a marathon or something like that, you know. I would love to see. Plus, in 2 years is the World Cup, and we've got a stadium, San Francisco, I think, is hosting some of the World Cup matches, and that's a 2-hour drive from where I live. So, hoping to watch. So, I'm really hoping to watch some of these big events live in person. I know that the tickets are going to be super expensive, so I've warned my husband ahead of time for gifting, you know. If you want to just gift me World Cup tickets or a ticket, I would be so over the moon. Anyways, I need to stop rambling now because this is a 40-minute video and I still have to do the editing for it, which luckily there's actually not much editing, I think, in this one. But I also, I think that, hang on, let me check the guide right now. I think that they're doing a replay of one of the soccer games that I didn't actually get to see today. Yeah, Japan versus Paraguay, and then they're gonna put on, at 8:45, they're going to do Iraq versus Ukraine. I don't even know the results of either of those games, so, and then it's gonna be Mali versus Israel. And again, I don't know the results of that game. If that game, I'm assuming that game's been played. And then Slovenia, oh, and then we switched to handball. So tomorrow there's gonna be handball. I think I saw archery, but just different things like that. Soccer. No soccer. That was a lie. No soccer. But just, yeah, different things like that. And so we're on full sports mode here. And so, yeah, that's about all I have to update you guys on. I will catch up with you later. And I hope that you're okay with me trying out the vlog style. They won't all be this long and chatty. This wasn't a vlog one. This was me doing an update, in part to tell you that we will be trying the vlog style. So I will chat with you all later. Bye.